in honor of their fallen son, the former sergeant who basically put himself in harm's way and saved the lives of his entire platoon, but of course sacrificed his own. Since then, Donald Trump has begun an incessant drumbeat of idiocy, and the end result is that it probably has awakened most people in the United States. So, Ahmed, welcome to the program again. And what exactly is your take on what you've seen over the last several weeks? Or last week, excuse me.
Yeah, well, I'm glad, the political circus is over, to be honest with you. And it seems like every convention needs to have a Muslim guy. We have, I don't know if this is something mandatory or something. We have the Muslim guy with Trump, and then we have the Muslim. So I think the whole hoopla of using Muslims and everybody using them the way it fits their agenda. And it seems like when you look at the Trump response to, diverting the issue that Mr. Khan raising, that this guy is selfish, hadn't offered any sacrifice to this country, and he just diverted to the way Muslim men treat Muslim women. And he is masterful in doing this, and the media falls into it. And if you look at what he said about, Miss Khan, the mother, that she just stood there, not doing anything, it seems like she was not allowed to speak. And to my knowledge, all the women that I see standing next to Trump, they are standing there saying nothing. I mean, it seems like Trump was talking about women in general, not just Muslim women. That's this guy's attitude. Our woman has been a disaster, and has been, sexist, flamboyant guy that uses women for his own. As the Daily News has a piece about it, that all his history is using women for pleasure and to further his career. So I wasn't that much surprised.
Well, he's actually doing the same with his vice presidential pick as well. He's put him off to the side as well, and he can only speak if
Right.
Trump's hand is on his back. So it's a strange environment. Let me talk to you though very specifically about the reaction, not necessarily from Trump, but it almost seems as though everyone on the political front, as well as outside of the political front, have finally grown a conscience on this issue of, banning Muslims from entering the United States and, building border fences and just the whole xenophobia, racist demeanor that he has, and that his temperament is so unfit. What's been your reaction to that?
Well, the whole issue of banning Muslims, or not just coming from Trump, we have the Gengris saying we have to have a loyalty test. That's even worse. And we have McCain, wouldn't mind have a database. So I think the issue is not just Trump. The issue, this country focusing on Muslims. Just diversion of their major problem that this country is facing, and racism and inequality and Wall Street dominating our political process, hijacking our democracy. So these are the real issues facing this country, beside Islamophobia or what have you. Right. And I think all this debate and political debate between the two conventions is nothing but to divert people's attention for the fact that our political process has been kidnapped and hijacked by money and Citizen United and all of that. So we try to manufacture differences between the two parties, which is really a matter of degree. Both of them, they want to bomb the heck out of ISIS, using whatever violence to solve problem, and this is all just a manufacture of differences that based on personality and and non-issues. So Muslims are not the biggest issue that this country is facing, and of anything. And I think having Muslims here and having African Americans and having multiculturalism and diversity might be the only way you're going to save this country from falling into this fascism and fascist rhetoric that Trump is championing. And he's in a way catering to his own constituents and his base. And he knows what he's doing. And the media might pick up on him and portray him as a Forrest Gump and Forrest Trump or whatever. But he knows what he's doing, and he's exciting, and inciting and exciting his own base, and he just want to get elected any way he want.
Well, that's always been the issue. It's always been about the Donald and nobody else. So,
exactly,
by the way, I have a cat sneezing behind me. You have birds behind you. So maybe we can pull a Trump here and say, "Get that baby and get that cat and get those birds out of here."
And I want to take a moment here to tell my wife to be quiet.
As a typical Muslim man, yes, I understand.
I don't allow anybody.
No, oh God. Anyways, but it was such an impressive display by him. And as my last question to you, I have to ask, when he went back onto Lawrence O'Donnell's program on Friday after the first attack, and then again on Monday night, and presented such a calm, composed presence, and really would not let it go. Do you think that Muslim members of the Islamic faith living in America need to be more forceful in that way? Or what was your reaction when you saw that he would not let it go and would just keep going with it?
Well, he had to. He is being forced by. I'm sure the guy has money to hire consultant, focus group, and all of this. And this is the issue that they've been told to address it. And there is a lot of, Islamophobia is not a Trump issue. Islamophobia is a national issue in this country, even from both sides. And I know that, the way it's articulated or played out is differently. But I think he's catering to his own base, and the reaction from the Muslim community is really interesting. Now we have this social media now and other ways reacting to Trump by try to break the stereotype of the West of Muslim women oppressed, and try to telling story. And I think can you hear us now? Is the trending now? It's you have hundreds of thousands of tweets and all of that. Muslim women coming to tell their own story, that they can speak, and they are professional. They are head of departments. They teach. And if we're gonna just wasting our resources every time Donald Trump is gonna say something, it really is gonna divert us as a Muslim community and as American from the real issue. The real issue is in this country, as we participate in the political process and we deal with guns and violence and money in politics, and our foreign policy that catering to corporate interests, not our interests. And those are the real issues that we should worry about it, not just Islamophobia and how the Muslims is portraying in this country, because this is an election year and it's gonna wither away, and we're gonna go back to business as usual, and nothing really is gonna change.
Well,
I'm not terribly worried about the rhetoric of or Islamophobe like Trump. I'm worried about the general problem that this country is facing, and they're just not seriously looking at it.
No, they're not. And here's hoping that voices like yours are heard loud and clear. He's Ahmed Tharwat, and he does a wonderful program there in Minneapolis on PBS called Beladan, which literally translated means with open arms. You can catch him on @AHTV, is it? Or what is it? What is your Twitter handle?
Well, AH Media TV.
AH Media TV. I knew I left a word out of there. AH Media
right.
TV. Thank you for taking the time to join us today. Really appreciate having you, my friend.
Thank you, Dennis, for having me. Well, good luck.
Thank you.